Hello everyone. I wanted to put together a little primer for you that would explain the very basics of online marketing. As I go out and talk to small businesses, often they are confused or overwhelmed by the options and all the social media versus Google versus Facebook and just exactly what they can and what they should do. So I'm putting together a series of videos that will help you understand exactly what the options are from a 10,000 foot view. We won't get into a whole lot of detail, just try to give you the basics of how this all fits together and what your options are. What we'll talk about today is why online marketing is better, in my opinion, especially how keywords work. Very important to understand keywords and the role they play in your online marketing. We're going to learn how Google ranks websites and why that's important to understand. We're going to talk about how to get on that coveted first page of Google. And the secret there is using something called search engine optimization. So we're going to get into the basics of search engine optimization. We're going to talk about what is pay per click. And Google's version of that is AdWords. And one of the big questions a lot of folks have is, what is the difference between search marketing and social media marketing, and which is right for me? So we're going to get into talk about that. And finally, we're going to talk about an online marketing blueprint that you could use going forward to help decide exactly how to make your business work in terms of online marketing and how to get new customers. So these are the things that we'll talk about today in a series of videos. The New York Times said, search advertising is probably the most effective form of marketing ever invented. And when you think about it, that's a pretty powerful statement coming from someone who's in the newspaper advertising business. And you can't help but wonder, why would they say that? And in my opinion, there's 5 reasons why they would say that search advertising is better. Number 1, more and more people are online. That's not news. Everyone knows that, but we'll talk about some numbers and get into some of those details. Traditional forms of advertising and marketing are really dying, and we'll talk about why I think that's the case. Online marketing and advertising has a lower customer acquisition cost. Very important if you want trying to get the most bang for your advertising buck. Online marketing is trackable. There's not many forms of advertising that offer the ability to track your campaigns as well as online marketing offers. And in many cases, you're meeting your prospect at the absolute right time. And we'll talk about what that means for your business. First of all, 1, search engine use is increasing. More and more people use search engines. And here's some numbers. Back in 2006, there were 2.7 billion searches done per month on Google. By 2009, that was up to 61 billion searches per month. And in 2011, it was up to 88 billion searches per month. And does anyone think that's going to go down? I don't think so. With smartphones and more ways to access the internet, that search engine use is just going to go up. Number 2, traditional forms of marketing are dying. Why? Because we're all getting sick of being bombarded with spam. People are tired of all these marketing messages that come at us from all different directions. So it just doesn't work as more. For example, TV advertising. Today, over the course of 10 hours of watching TV, American viewers will see 3 hours of advertisements. That's twice as many ads as back in the 1960s. Plus, we get more junk mail. We get more telemarketing calls. And as a result, we have put up the wall. It's really that simple. So it's much harder for advertising to work because we just don't want to get it anymore. Also, most forms of advertising do what I call interruption marketing. They're trying to get people's attention while they're busy doing something else. You can't help but wonder, how effective can that really be? And as a result, we're seeing some things change in the marketplace. Those newspapers are going out of business and closing. TV, we use DVRs and TiVo to bypass commercials. Telemarketing, we get on the do not call list. Direct mail, we just stand over the trash can and throw it away as we go through it. Print ads are starting to cost too much, especially based on their effectiveness. Newspapers are reaching fewer and fewer people. Email, we've got spam software to try to avoid it, and the open rate for an email campaign is really abysmal. So it's not great ways to market, and as a result, all of these forms of marketing are declining in effectiveness because we just don't want to get them. Number 3, customer acquisition cost of any advertising. You'll see that search is very, very good value. Direct mail costs $70 for a new customer. Email, $60 for each new customer. Yellow pages, $20 for a new customer. And internet search is down to $8.50. Now, these are just the forms of advertising that you can track, that you can put a dollar number on your new customer. Most forms of advertising, there's no way that you'd even know. TV ads, newspaper ads, it's very difficult to pin down exactly how many new customers came from a campaign. Number 4, online marketing is trackable. With free software, analytics software, you can know exactly who came to your site, how they got there, what keywords they use, and what they did while they were there. So that's a very powerful management tool for your online marketing. And what I think is probably the most important aspect of online marketing is when someone searches Google, they are actively looking for products and services. They're in a buying mode, and there's an old marketing adage that says, people hate to be sold, but they love to buy. So when people are using Google, they're in a buying mode, and they are happy to be able to do that. So you're meeting them at the ideal time to share your business solutions. So that's a very powerful aspect of search advertising in particular. And as a result, there's been a change in the paradigm. It used to be that when a business wanted to market itself, it was much like going fishing. They would think of themselves as using direct mail and newspaper ads and TV ads to catch new customers. But the fact is, because we don't want to be interrupted, it just doesn't work as well, and we're wasting our advertising dollars on folks that don't want to get caught. So how has search and online marketing changed this paradigm? Who's doing the fishing now? Customers in charge. They are the ones that are out searching for answers to their questions, solutions to their problems, and as a result, we the marketers have to learn, how do we get caught? Another way of saying it is, how do we meet people where they are now on those online marketing touch points? And what are these touch points? We're talking about search engines, Google, Yahoo, and Bing, social media and networking sites like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and there's actually many others. And there's also online directories and sites that people like to go to when they're looking to search for folks, search for solutions, things like the Yellow Book, Merchant Circle, Super Pages. Google has local locations to find local businesses, Google Places, Yahoo Local, Bing Local, and again, all those directories that may be within your business category. Some business categories have specific directories that are just for them. So where do we get caught? We get caught in Google. We get caught in the social media sites like Facebook. And we get caught in those business directories where people go to try to solve their problems. So the next question becomes, how do we get caught? And the answer is, we need an online presence. We need to meet people where they are now. Again, in all those places. So what do we need to do there? What do we need to meet people where they are? And the typical answer has always been a website. But the problem with a website is, unless you have a strategy to drive traffic to that website, it looks like this. It's lost in the desert. Nobody can find it. There's no way to meet people because no one is finding your finding your website. So we have to have some strategies to drive traffic to our website. How do we do that? What are the tactics that we can use to connect our websites and our online marketing campaigns to Google, Facebook, Twitter, etc.? So that's the process that we have to learn how to go through. And there's two main tactics to do that: search engine marketing and social media marketing. In the next video, we'll talk about what the difference is between these two and how they each work. So stay tuned and come on back for the next video. Thank you.